Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Garrison House because I'm Darnell and
I'm Angela.
hey, this is
Garrison
Garrison House.
House
Yeah, we forgot.
Podcast.
I think we thought we were doing the church for a minute. We took down a little bit on our camera because we get we do our Operation Prayer Guard at our ministry. And I think we've been doing that, and I think I forgot what I was doing.
I was teasing him up until I said, "Hello, thank you for watching Angie's Drama Room."
Yeah, I had a brain freeze for a second.
I knew where I was.
I know where I'm at.
That's funny.
I just forgot what program we were doing.
We are doing Garrison House
yes.
Podcast.
And as usual, we're going to start with some introductions. Welcome everybody, all of our Cashmere and Spotify, because we can't forget the Spotify.
Yes,
people.
Spotify is on jam. Thank you so much for tuning in and emailing us and telling us about your journey and how much you enjoy us. We appreciate you on Spotify.
Yes, and Cashmere, we're on there. We're on BTV.
Now, if you're on Cashmere right now, if you go to our Facebook page, Garrison House Podcast, then you can leave a comment on our Facebook page.
Yeah, go to the right. I was about to say that. And if you want to leave us a tip, we always say come to GarrisonHousePodcast.com. Click on that little tip jar. Some people probably say, well, what's your Cash App? Well, we don't have that available. We do have it, but nowadays, if you're not careful with your Cash App, people will tell you, they will say, hey, we got this. But yeah, we do have a Cash App. Maybe we should do it, give it out. Okay, I'll do it. $GH Podcast. That's it. It's
$GH.
It's actually the same as the YouTube, but it's just $GH Podcast. Even on our YouTube, it's YouTube at GH Podcast. So if you wanted to do a little tip there, I'm looking at what we have here. Nothing there. But anyway, I had to look it up. But you can join us. We will be going back on Facebook, I guess, this fall. We'll give you some dates for fall for those who would normally watch us on Facebook. It's just been too much drama over there in the Facebook world. We say something and next thing we know, we're being muted for little stuff just by saying hi, mute us. So we have been sort of avoiding that for a moment, but we will be back on there live this fall. Plus we'll have a little more interesting topics. But anyway, we are going to get started with our normal drop, because I've been on a weight loss journey, and let me tell you something. It's been a great weight loss journey. It's been it's been getting. I went to the doctor, had my I guess it's like every 3 months, 90 days, and I've lost 10 pounds in 90 days. I've lost so far a total of 60 pounds.
60 plus, I believe.
60 plus.
Since September.
Yes, of last year. I'm off of one of my medications. I am excited to have my blood pressure. He's like, your blood pressure is good. I'm like, yeah, I know. I've been monitoring it. So it's been a great thing. So a lot of it attributes to healthy eating and also going to the trainer at AM Total Being Fitness, because medical grade testing, which I get to go to on Tuesday. I go through the DEXA scan, VO2 max, and
the scan.
The barcode. I'll put that up. So I gotta go through all that again. And so you can go ahead and scan that, but I will be inside the DEXA scan this coming Tuesday. Ooh. I'll be doing the VO2 max. And the thing is, she was like, don't eat after 8 p.m. I said, well, okay. You have to fast for some of these tests, especially the VO2 max. It requires a fast. So I'll be doing that. So it's not about weight loss. It's your physical, emotional, and even spiritual. And guess what? I mean, I'm proof it works. I am proof because what was that? I guess the barcode, I pushed the button too many times. It works. You can see the information there on the screen.
I was teasing him, and I said, yeah, it works so good. They give me a little butt there. So ladies, it's a lady journey too. So you don't have to get a BBL. You can go get your little butt lift, a booty butt lift at a personal
Get trained,
trainer.
right? Get trained.
Train your butt to go where it needs to be.
And there are women who are there, so it's not.
Yes, it's not just for men.
Just for men, it's women who are there.
Yes, invest in your health. Invest in your weight loss journey. It's not easy. You can do the $10 gym stuff all you want to, but it's never going to help you. You're just going to be there just trying to be pretty. No, if you really want to do your health weight journey, you will need to go somewhere in order to instruct you. And I believe it also will help you as a woman, because sometimes we as women, our hormones are crazy. And so, if you go in there, and they can probably work that out with you too.
Yeah, they will. I mean, it's a really great program, and it's all ages, all adult ages. It's not a lot of young people's no, as they say, lunks there. Dropping the barbells, but they will. It's like they had me doing one of my exercises. One day I was like, yeah, I got this. The next day I was like, oh man, how much weight is this? It's 8 pounds. Like 8 pounds feels like I'm lifting 20. So yeah, I mean, it's really a training program that really will get you in shape. You're also, they have really great shakes, and they've now published, you can actually, even if you don't go there for the training, you can go there and buy a shake, and their shakes are great. I have one that's not on the menu. I said, well, mine's not on the menu. And they said, well, this one is closer to this one. I was like, wow, I didn't know it had all that in it. So really good protein shakes, and you will drink one of those, and
it's all good.
It's good. You won't be hungry for a couple hours. I've done that. I'm looking forward to mine on Tuesday.
All right.
So we're going to go to our next, which is still the same thing. It's basically, we're talking about weight loss journey. So
yeah.
She has the floor, the mic.
Oh, why do I have the floor?
Okay, weight loss journey.
We were just technically talking about it. It's the same. It's just segueing back into the first part was our sponsorship. He is sponsored by. Just make sure when you call, mention Garrison House Podcast that you heard about it. Garrison House Podcast or Darnell Garrison, and they will hook you up. And it also helps us to further us with our podcast and everything else.
It helps us out in many areas, and we appreciate having them. Actually, they're our first ones that we're doing this with, so this has been an experience. But we like to see some people going over there and joining us, and they do mobile, so you don't have to be in Michigan. By the way, you do not have to be in Michigan. They do have a tele-training program. So you can be trained through their app. So
I wish trainers would get into the FSAs and stuff like that.
I actually, you know what? I'm gonna talk to Elvis about. Yes, the gentleman's name is Elvis. His name is Elvis. And when I first got there, they said, "Okay, Elvis got you." I say, so everybody, they do tease him about his name when you first go. He say, "I'm used to it." I say, "Oh, okay, sorry, this is my shout out to you." But yeah, Elvis, he's working on some things with Anthony Moses, who's the owner. So hopefully he'll get there. Yeah,
and I mentioned women, and so right now he has to do the program. Sometimes you're just going to have to deviate it a little bit. So he's doing the program. I'm on my weight loss journey with the GLP-1. If you do not know what a GLP-1 is, that's Wegovy's, and that is Zepbound for weight loss. And then there's also Mounjaro and Ozempic. It is a GLP-1, but it's geared towards type 2 diabetes, but it still does the same thing. What is a GLP-1 agonist? What happens is it blocks the amount of food that is digested in your stomach. So it makes you fuller longer. So sometimes when we eat, and especially if you start eating empty calories, you just feel like eating. You're never full because it just goes straight to the stomach, and then that's the reason why it goes flushing right out into the toilet. But
you want it to flush
right. But I'm just saying that you're just stuffing your face, but then an hour later you're still hungry. So that's kind of what I mean. And so with GLPs, it lowers the amount of food that's digested in your system to make you feel fuller longer. So that's the reason why it is. And we were talking about it again. Anyway, 10 pounds, 20 pounds. It just helps you with if you have knee problems, it helps you with your knees. If you have back problems, it helps you with your back. If you just mobility, helps you along with mobility, circulation. So it does help. So just pick which one you feel like you need, and it's there for you. This is right here is Mounjaro. Mounjaro is for is geared for type 2 diabetes. The parent one would be considered Zepbound. Now, Mounjaro is an Eli Lilly product, which is a U.S. product, if you did not know that. And then Ozempic, which everybody's been hearing about, semaglutide, that is actually, I keep forgetting where it is. I think it's either Poland or Ireland. I can't remember. But it's actually in another country. So that's one of the things you really, it doesn't matter. It's still the same. And they both do the same thing. There are other ones out there on the market right now. There's Victoza, Saxenda, Trulicity. So those are also there, but it's still, if you're having issues, some people are saying that they have issues with diarrhea. Not necessarily. It's been called dumping, but just liquid flushing out of your system. So just tell your doctor about it and see what they can combat it. Some people feel nauseated, so that's the reason why they start at a lower dose and work your way up to the higher dose, and so it maximizes your weight loss. So yeah. What's the difference between the type 2 one, Mounjaro and Zepbound? Nothing. It's just what was FDA approved for, unfortunately. So, and that's kind of what it was. And so type 2 diabetes, and some insurance does pay for it, but then some insurances don't. But they are programs. Eli Lilly has their own program right now. I believe it's like $400 a month, starting at a certain dose. Wegovy has a program too.
Theirs is $2.99. I just haven't had theirs before.
Yeah. Yep. So 1 month, any dose for $300. So out of pocket retail is normally about $1,200-$1,500 out of pocket retail.
So I mean, they're making it accessible, because some doctors will say, that's what my doctor wanted to put me on. As I think early on when I was starting, and he was smiling so big when I left. He was like, stick with the program. It wasn't even. He probably gonna start asking you for
it wasn't even for the card. So you gotta start bringing cards there.
It wasn't even. Yeah, if I'm bringing cards, you'll have the Garrison House. Make sure you mention Garrison House. My doctor, you say Garrison House sent you.
So I'm open. I'm free.
Because
but yes, I mean, and everybody has their way. Sometimes people need a boost, but you still can do GLPs plus the trainer.
You sit right,
because you still need to know how to exercise, because you still have to exercise. You still exercise, you know how to eat, and you still need that too. That's the reason why when Oprah got caught with doing Ozempic. And I was talking to my sister, and she was saying that she knows somebody who was a bodybuilder. And she needed to drop a few pounds, and she was on Ozempic. So when everybody started getting caught, then all of a sudden everybody started having their confession. I just did it because, really. But
actors do it if they have to lose weight for a role. If they have to gain weight, actors have to gain and lose weight consistently. And if they have to gain the weight, they want to get that weight off from playing a role. So they'll take things, do what they have to do. But training is one thing. Training for me right now, there's folks mainly on upper body. And basically legs. So they haven't hit the lower body yet, which is fine. I mean, it's been a long journey. One day we'll tell the story again. I was a hot mess physically, but one of the things that they told me to increase was my water intake. I haven't been bad today. I haven't even done 50 ounces today, but I was supposed to do 100 ounces of water a day.
Close enough.
And I did it. I got close to it. You're talking about thinking clearly and seeing clearly.
They said, what is it? It's supposed to be like, they normally say half your body weight in ounces. That's what.
I'm not doing 160 something ounces.
Right. But you don't drink. Wait a minute. Also be cautious, because you can drown your organs. So don't think that you're just down in water all day. And no. So just be cautious. Make sure you consult your doctor. That's all we need. Also, make sure you do consult your doctor and let them know too.
And I told my doctor what they said, and he said fine. So if I hear something like, okay, well, they want me to do 100 ounces a day, he said good. So he didn't say anything bad. So always consult, even when you're in training. Though mine has medical behind, they're not going to overdo it either. Some places will say, well, based on this math, you're supposed to do 160 ounces. Now, do talk to your trainer and your doctor and let them direct you to where you need to go.
Yes.
Here we go. Now, this is something. No, we're not trying to go into politics, but everybody who's in politics, y'all following the wrong situations.
Right.
Y'all are following what's happening in DC while your state's doing
crazy stuff.
Yeah. In Michigan, our insurance is, and Lord knows, we had to go through it this weekend. Our insurance is so high in Michigan, even our insurance agent who he no longer handles our car, he handles our house now. He was saying customers are getting upset. It doesn't matter what income level you're at, there's people driving without insurance on the roads here in Michigan. They said it's just too expensive. We can't afford it. Now, we're not going to say who we're with because, again, we're not giving out free. If we say who we were with, they need to cut us some lettuce. But I can tell you, we had to search.
Right.
We went through one company, which was based on our current age group. They had a really great rate, and they denied it because our daughter was on it. Whatever. We're not going there. And so she found another one, and they gave us, I think it's like $1,000 more, but we have coverage. And it was a pain because there's things hidden in Michigan. They have this, I think that's the MCCA you're talking about. There's a fee that's hidden in our insurance policy in Michigan. So our legislative branch passed a rule, and basically, if you live in Michigan, you're noticing a lot more tort lawyers signs. And I noticed it recently. I'm like, why are we seeing so many tort?
I think it's MCCA, not MCCA. Yes.
Well, we'll just leave it like that because it's the Michigan Catastrophic Claim Association fee. So it's MCCA. Sorry about that. We can't change it now, but it's MCCA.
Right.
And basically what it does is Medicare, it's, well, I'll let her explain it.
So it's the MCCA fee, and this is a standard fee. Technically, it depends on how the insurance companies put it in there. One insurance company just straight off flat fee. They tell us MCCA insurance fee was $50 per car. Now this is per car, and so you're looking at extra $150 per month, or $150 per month on your premium. And so this one, it is mandatory in Michigan. It's mandatory in Michigan to fund lifetime medical care for auto accident victims with catastrophic injuries. Now, if you have health insurance through private health insurance or commercial private health insurance, you do have an option to waive that part off your insurance. You just got to prove a qualified healthcare coverage letter. But it doesn't matter if you waive it or not. It doesn't matter. There we go. So they still will charge this fee. And then so this was separate. So this is the ATPA. It's just that this insurance company actually just specified what they're doing. And this one is assigned claims plan fee. It supports state programs like stolen vehicle recovery and handling uninsured claims. Why? I mean, what is the purpose of that? Who knows? I mean, why are we funding the state's program? I guess because it's the cops who have to go out there and find people's cars that are getting stolen. But that's what it is. And then coming down for a second, babe. So then the other one was, let's see. I think I got to start it. Here it is, the MACP fee. And so that's $66.12. And that's the Michigan Auto Insurance Placement Facility fee.
Well, you see, that's a sample policy premium. So.
And so that's one of the things, funds programs that provide insurance for high-risk drivers. Why are we paying for that too? I mean, technically, if you have somebody on your insurance that is high-risk driver, but yet you're paying somebody else's high-risk driver, and then you pay why don't we just pay our own high-risk driver? But anyway, so that's kind of how it is. And that's Michigan, that's how Michigan. So you got to check. And some people didn't know that's on the insurance.
I mean, a lot of people didn't know. I talked to somebody, I didn't know there was a fee on there. It's like, yeah, there's a fee on there from the state of Michigan. And a lot of these things kicked in over in Michigan while everybody's keeping their eye on DC. Mm-hmm. You're not paying attention to what's happening locally. I mean, like, my biggest problem is too many people live in Washington politics. Mm-hmm. They're not living in their state politics. Mm-hmm. I actually pay more attention to what's going on in the state than what's going on in DC because I've always known that what happens there, yeah, it has some effect. However, your state has the biggest impact on your life, because we know that there's people, we're not saying who, but there's people who work in Ohio who are qualified to get Ohio insurance, and they're paying substantially less than we're paying.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I think my brother, he's paying 100. Well, then yeah, he's single too.
it doesn't matter, but still, it's still lower for full coverage for him, and than it is for us. So if we were in this, if we had the same identical vehicle, single vehicle in Michigan, our policy would probably be $3 or $4 something a month.
Our policy was at least before they went up, it was at least about $500-$600, $600 a month, which that's feasible. We all could handle it. But then when they started tacking on us all this other stuff on here,
I'm gonna disclose it. When we were one insurance company, got all the way up to $1,200 a month.
Yeah, and then they make you pay a hard time when you try to file a claim.
And then that's with the PIP that they call it.
Right.
Without the PIP, I think it was like $1,400
because it's actually $200 a month.
So y'all focusing on, y'all need to look at y'all bills.
Yeah.
There's fees in your electric bill that you don't know about.
Right.
The states have passed. There's fees in your mobile bill you don't know about. You probably go, why are my bills going up? But you're like,
cable bills?
It's like, oh, that's happening in Washington. No, you need to look at your cable bill includes. Now, I know this because I was a former cable commissioner, the president of the cable commission. So I can tell you what's in the cable bill that's hidden. Now, I haven't looked at it lately because they probably added new stuff. But every city charges a franchise fee. So every time you pay your cable bill, every city, depends on the city, there may be a 5%, 2%, 3%, whatever the city's fee is, they charge a fee. So the city is saying, hey, well, we're getting our 5% off your 100, so we're making $5 off of every $100 on your cable bill.
And they pass it on to us.
Right, and then the state has a fee. Then there's a utility fee. If you look at your cable bill, see all the fees you have. Your cable bill could be, I think we saw one bill and we had like, something that was ridiculous. The fees were almost as much more than the actual service.
Right.
Even your mobile bill has fees. There's federal fees. There's a fee on your cellular phone bill that gives, those free phones y'all see out there, everybody getting free phones? Guess what?
Yeah.
That's called.
Yeah.
That came out in the 90s. That's the Al Gore created that, and Bill Clinton signed it into law. So every time people are getting, if you have any cellular or mobile device, you're paying a percentage of that to give people free phones. And that's another fee also in your cable, because municipal low-income people, which is nothing where I have no problem with that, you have a fee that covers their bill. So they added that fee into the cable. So we hear people say, oh, I get free and reduced cable. Well, it's because other people are feed to pay for it. So there's a lot of things that's out there.
I just got my a marriage license.
Oh my God!
It was the week before my birthday, which was in May.
Right.
The week before, so we were going to go, but then you know what? Let's just go ahead and just do it online. And I just got it
60 days later.
I just got it, and the cost was, I think the marriage license itself was like $15 or something like that. But however, the fee, because they went through Vital Check, and they charged the fee because we had to go there to prove who I was. Plus, there was a fee to deliver it. And so those was like $34 for that, and it was $16 for to get it to us. So the total. And got it well, we would have saved the $16 because we didn't have to get it delivered. But then, so the total cost was like $54, but the fees cost more than trying to get it. Now, I accidentally tried to apply for one. When I Googled it, because some reason why our phone has us in another county. And so that county only charged, I think it was $12 or $15. I can't remember exactly. But then they were only going to charge us a $2 fee, and that's it. And that's even including delivery. So the total would have been just, between $17, $18. Then they called and said, oh, no, you're talking about Washington. I'm like, oh, crap. So so that's kind of what happened. So yeah. Look, everybody talk about the tipping thing. Let's talk about these fees. These fees are ridiculous. Everybody want their money, and these
people are talking about the wrong things. People are focused on PBMs. They're focused on what's going on with immigration and ICE, and
let's talk about local. Let's talk about us. Let's talk about the
this
people.
And that racism. It's like, okay, let's focus on the fact that your racism is the fact that you paying all these fees, but then the media tells you we don't say that one. That's coming up too. They're telling you one thing, but that's not the whole truth. But anyway. That's our thing on this fees. We're being feed to life. We got fees for everything. So a lot of y'all don't know
at this point. I think the terminology is fees.
Yeah, I gotta pay my fees. It's not even a bill. The only thing you pay. In fact, I haven't had a ticket in a while, but I've seen if you know anybody who gets a ticket, go get the ticket and look at the fees on the ticket. Mm-hmm. There's even the ticket may only cost $50. But when it's all said and done, it's $100 or $175.
And then they want to fee you to use their credit card or whatever payments they tell you to use. Yeah. And they tell you a payment. Oh, no, we don't take that.
Yeah, so there's even fees on tickets. Tickets are lower than they actually are. But when you get through, it's y'all look at fees. Go research fees in your jurisdictions, and you'll be surprised what's out there. So now, oh goodness, the Epstein list. People, please calm down.
The Epstein list and the Diddy files. So they, the Republicans, megas are mad because Bondi is not releasing release the Epstein list. So they calling for her job. They're calling for the FBI agent. Assistant, their job. They're calling for everybody's job because they did not release the Epstein list. Why are you so fascinated on this man's list? I don't even think there was a list, and we don't even know what the federal government had, and that goes into the Diddy files because the Diddy trial was a hoax altogether anyway. So did they even have anything on Epstein? So Epstein was like, look, I was having fun at an island, but we don't know what they had on them.
I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on. I already know Diddy's is political. Epstein, I also believe, was political. I believe that because they didn't support who a certain party, and not gonna mention their name, wanted them to support, and they had their own idea.
Well, that was going back to bringing down Trump. So they were trying to put him. So they were trying to get Epstein.
According to allegedly, he reported Epstein, so don't even come back around me.
I don't know. That's what the thing was, and they thought if they bring this in, they can show that then they can have all these people who are supposed to be either supposedly on a list. Who knows? We don't know what the federal government had on the federal.
Let me see if I can find that picture. What they found in his room. All I can tell you is this. Oops, typing wrong. It's a mess. I'll let you go while I'm searching.
I'm just trying to figure. It's like I'm thinking to myself, I don't care what party you are. Why do we even care? This is not what I voted for. I'm not. Look, how is that helping the American people? We just had to talk about the fees right now. How is that helping the American people in establishing a certain level of living that we needed to know who was on this list? It ain't helping nobody.
That's the biggest thing they found.
That is not helping anything.
That's the biggest thing they found in Epstein's thing that everybody talked about. Bill Clinton wearing the blue dress and red pumps.
And that's fake.
No, that's a painting. Actual painting.
It's a painting, right? But that's fake.
But y'all,
he didn't post for that. But that's stupid.
Right.
Just because you said, I don't know, that man crazy. That's all I can say. And the thing is, he took everything with him when he decided to end his life. He took all that stuff with him. Why are you trying to drag it back up so you can bring down other people? Because you think some other people are on there? It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with that. What's going on in today's society? Let's move on from that. And Diddy, and we all know because it's been a while since we've been on it. Diddy was charged. He had 5 counts against him. 1 count of RICO, 2 counts of sex trafficking, and 2 counts of prostitution. But I can't remember what the name of that was, which is considered associated with the Man's Act. He was found not guilty for RICO, which didn't make sense anyway, because what he was doing was not RICO. He was found not guilty on the 2 counts of sex trafficking, but he was found guilty on the 2 counts of transporting prostitution across state lines. Basically, that's what it was. And basically, they got him on the Mann Act, and what it was is just immoral. It's like an immoral act that has been done since 1910. So now the judge is trying to figure out, well, I need some case studies here. I need something where this law would apply, because so he's found guilty. How is this federal? Because they could have just knocked that down as a misdemeanor in state level, but no, they charged him as a federal crime. So they're trying to figure out, and then it's kind of interesting. I'm like, as I was keep reading this thing, well, who was the prostitute? They were trying to make Cassie and Jane Doe as the prostitute. Right. So it's like, well, who was the prostitute? And so that's the reason why I was thinking. I said, okay, that's why the lawyer had to write a letter and all that other stuff. And she's consented, and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right, but yeah, that's all he gets, because technically, if this was a state charge, this would have been a misdemeanor, and he would have been like, remember how we always talk about you get charged for Johns, he's always arrested Johns. That's kind of what it was technically, and they were like, it would have been a misdemeanor, and he would have just got a fine, and that's it, and went home. So now they got to figure out how they can make this as a federal charge. And I think the last thing I remember reading was, because this came out with a boxer named Jack Johnson, I think his name was, and he married white women. Of course, the black boxer, this is back in the 1900s. I can't remember what year, 1938 or something like that. And he married white women. And so he was, going around with his white wife. And they thought this was immoral. They didn't like it. And so that's where, and it was a congressman named Mann. And he became an act, and it was called it was basically a moral act. And so they changed as time was on. But illicit, so they had to define what was meant by illicit, and they said, well, prostitution. So that's how they got them. And they got other ones, Charlie Chaplin and somebody else, I can't think of the name.
It's a racist law.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And I was looking at some information about the Epstein and Diddy. There's basically 6 years apart. And so in both case situations happened before an election. Mm-hmm. Epstein was right before the Trump Trump Hillary election. So as I said, you got to look at some of the timing of these things. Some of these things are timed for politics. And I believe personally, Epstein and Diddy were both politically motivated. I'm not sure why, but hey.
And as we were speaking about this, let me show this one here, baby, right quick. So this is on X. And you know that Shannon Sharpe also was being charged for sexual assault battery against a OnlyFans model, which he did say he did have relations with this woman, but he paid the woman for it. Okay. So it was settled. So the OnlyFans model, this is what this person posted. The OnlyFans model who shook down, basically was a shakedown. Shannon Sharpe, for $50 million lawsuit, has announced she's never working again after Shay cashed her out. Yeah, basically it was a shakedown, cashed her out. And then this is what she posted. Today, I have decided to retire from OF, which is OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you have shown me over the past years. This community has given me a life I could have never imagined. I'll still be active in social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm truly excited for my next chapter. I love you all forever. And
basically, she'll be broke anyway, because let me tell you something about people who get massive money.
That's just terrible.
Well, hey, she got her $50 million. But
no, it was settled. No, she didn't get 50. They didn't say how much he settled for.
They settled it.
And the lawyer, excuse me, baby, just 1 second. And her lawyer is a well-known hustler, shakedown hustler, attorney, who goes after high-profile millionaires or billionaires in order to, and that's what they wanted. That's what he does. He goes after them, and hopefully they will settle out. And that's kind of how he is. Now, he tells otherwise. He says he's not, but it's up to you how you want to see it.
Even if he settled, let's just say it was 50 million or 40 million or 30 million.
I don't think she got
that attorney is getting half of whatever she got anyway. Okay, yeah. So if she got 30 million out of the deal, she's walking away with 15. The biggest mistake people have when they get money that quick And they tell her, oh, I'm retiring. Okay, girl, we'll see you in about 2 years.
Okay, no, she OnlyFans. She don't have nothing to retire from. Oh, I'm retiring from.
Retiring.
She wasn't doing nothing. All she knew how to.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying. You're saying you retire. Okay, we'll see you in about. You'll be back on in a couple years.
It don't take no talent to open your legs.
Ooh, she said it. I didn't. But anyway, 15,
showing your chest. I could come with my shirt on right 15. Now. I'm not.
No,
I'm not.
I ain't getting.
But I'm just saying.
I ain't getting rebuked.
I would have got a couple of bucks on OnlyFans. You know,
well, we got a banner that covers it, so FCC won't get us.
But that's what I'm just saying. You know, this is what it is. You're talking about retiring from what? I'm like, girl. I think she was only like mid-20s.
That's what I'm saying.
Something like that.
She'll be broke, but then I hate to sound this way, but people, it's just like winning the lottery. People who win the big lotteries, they're normally bankrupt within a set amount of time because you don't know how to handle that money. You're going out buying stuff. Okay, now if you're smart, hopefully she's smart. I'm not gonna say it. Maybe she's smart and she has good investment and she knows she's gonna be able to make that money work.
She ain't smart,
but I don't think she's gonna make that money work.
I mean, I got to pay the taxes on that too, I think.
Oh yeah, she got to pay taxes, and if she's in California, you're already out at 50%. So $15 million, you shouldn't be retiring because you only bring home about $1 million. $1 million if you live in California. $1 million.
I think she got maybe 5, 6.
Even that.
Maybe close to 10.
The way you're now.
But you got to realize too, he has to be liquid cash. So it's not. I don't think he's liquid cash. Well, I'm just saying that Shannon Sharp. I don't think he's liquid cash.
She's still getting taxed for it
like that. So I don't know. Look, who knows? But anyway,
we're gonna move on to our next topic because this is funny.
Astronomer CEO. If you don't know, it's been all over social media that he got caught on a jumbotron at a cosplay with his mistress. And so, yeah, so I got the video.
We're gonna switch to hers.
Okay. Hold on.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Okay. Oh, he even called him out.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay?
My bad.
What?
Okay.
I pushed the wrong button.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? What? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Well, but Coldplay calls you out. Even they're having an affair. Coldplay was probably like, we were joking. We didn't know this. He's having an affair.
Right. So, it was cute. They I guess what Coldplay does is that he will take pictures on certain angles of his, of course, of his, his fans in the audience. And I guess they were snuggling. So he thought it was a cute thing. He didn't know who this person, I don't know who this person was. He didn't know the person was. And come to find out now, he was the CEO of Astronomer. And so yeah. And she was the HR director. Now, I was this. Now, somebody posted and said, y'all thinking too much into this stuff because we know we ain't on that level on this money. We knew that wife knew what was going on. Because come on now. How he gonna be at some Coldplay concert at 9, 10 o'clock at night when you're the CEO of $1 billion company? And you ain't got you don't have to work overtime anymore.
So you know who that world that company is,
right? And he you know how you making money? Data collecting. We talked about data on this show millions of multiple times. I ain't gonna say many times, but multiple times we talked about data collecting. He is a data collector. That's what his company does. Collect data to whatever. I didn't even know what it was. Even if they tried to explain it, I tried to read about what his company does. I still don't know what the company does. Technically, all I know is something about dealing with data. So yeah, and unfortunately, they did resign. He did resign from his position, and so she got resigned. And I don't know what they're investigating. I mean, having an affair is not illegal. It may not be moral for the company itself to get caught. But as long as he wasn't using company funding, I guess because one of the HR people that worked with the HR bought the tickets and all that stuff. I want to also say about Coldplay, they decided to next time what they're going to do is they're going to start actually putting in where the camera's going to be, certain sections where the camera's going to be. So there you go.
I mean,
but it's kind of it was all over social. Everybody was talking about it.
The funny part about it was the bigger part about it was you used to be able to get away with this before everybody had a camera phone.
Right.
See, back in the day, people didn't have a camera phone, so people would do that.
Right.
Nobody knew who's going. How do you know they were there? Nobody could prove it because nobody had the data. But looking at them, they're basically a data group. They, they had a huge. Yeah, he had to retire. He had to step down. He is the co-founder of it. So he stepped down as CEO, but he stepped down. He's shamed. Stepping down as CEO don't mean he sold his stock. He still owned the company. Co-founders, I mean, you have to buy him out. They're not going to buy him out. He's just going to quietly step away from his duty as the CEO. But he's still the co-founder of the company. He's just going to sit back and collect dividends he's not going to be, the board has a way of saying, well, you can't do the day-to-day. You just sit back and enjoy your affair because we know you're about to get in trouble.
And they also did that to I think also for the assets, protecting the company's assets because the wife could go after him and the company too. But look, sometimes
they just landed a $93 million
right, because
deal.
they were in the middle of for their Series D funding. So there's different types of funding that you can do at different stages of the company. And so look, the wife probably knew, let's not and most look, this is how businesses work. You marry somebody who's going to take you somewhere. That's how it was. Even when you become president, you think Bush, not Bush, you think Hillary and and Bill were a match. That's the reason you marry somebody that's going to take you somewhere.
The Obamas are better match than that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's where you were. So that's how businesses also work. Now, if we started it young, he better not think about it. But anyway, we started off like that, and then we move our way in. That's the reason why you always got to have that match. That's the reason why we talk about soulmates and matching. But if you already wealthy here and you're trying to bring someone, they like to see family. They like to see that the wife is a certain level of structure, that she's not out here trying just some person. So that's one of the things you're talking about being a CEO of a company.
Yeah, I mean, personally, my man messed up.
Yeah.
He, I mean, come on. Pay attention to the video wall.
Well,
I mean, I know, but there's some things. It must be one. What song ended? There's only a couple songs from Coldplay I know that would have you do that. And I'm thinking if it's the song I'm thinking of.
They could have just been standing there cuddling and just listening to the
after a song went off. I bet you it was one of the songs that they have. They have a couple songs it's kind of like concert cuddle songs, and I guarantee it's one of those songs. I like Coldplay anyway, so. Coldplay is one of my I listen to.
And then you have
rock.
And they have they have a lot of he had a lot of parodies out there too, which was kind of cute. Some of the parodies.
Coldplay is actually one.
But he now they're like we're going to start now having to tell you where the cameras are and what sections the camera is going to be at, just in case you want to come with your mistress.
Now hopefully Coldplay will do something when they need to bring BTS in and do one of their concerts and have them pop in on the screen like they did on the one song.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Coldplay is the two groups I like the most are Coldplay and She Got Me on BTS, and so those are the groups. I mean, we're very eclectic music place, so you may hear me pulling in with Janet Jackson. Then the next song may be Coldplay. You may hear me come in with some. So you never know what I may pull up in. Evanescence may come on, and a couple songs may come on.
Yeah, but again, knowing what Astronomer was, I still try and figure out what they're just basically a ticket.
Their data.
A ticket on the stock market.
And I believe they are on the stock market.
Yeah, of course they're on the stock market.
Because they're on the stock market, it is basically.
He had to resign.
One thing
it doesn't look good for the company that your CEO got caught.
And with the support, what they call it, somebody who's under you. So she's out of a job. What was her position again?
She was the director of HR. And then they fired the assistant of the HR assistant too. They fired him because he's the one who took the ticket. No, they fired him. The CEO fired and the HR person fired him because he's the one who bought the tickets. And then they end up resigning, and they're saying, well, we're going to do an investigation, but they already know.
But the guy, more likely the guy getting his job back, because that was a retaliatory termination.
Well, I mean, that's the same. It's just to protect the assets of the company. If the wife decides,
for those who don't,
it's
fiduciary responsibility of the board to protect the company,
right?
No matter what.
And then, and the wife, the wife knew about it. So, but it's easier just to let him pay for everything instead of trying to fight it off in court when it comes to divorce. But maybe she decided might want to go ahead and give the divorce. Maybe she didn't know.
She's getting half of everything. So the fiduciary role of the board of directors is to protect the corporation and its operations. It don't matter if you are, somebody says, how does somebody who is a founder of a company get fired from the company they found? Well, when you find a corporation that goes public, you get a board of directors. The board of directors is actually your boss. And so technically,
the board of directors.
The board fired you. Mm-hmm. Mainly, they didn't take the company from you. They just took your position from you. But they had to buy you out. If they have enough money to buy you out, they'll buy you out and say, "Have a nice day." However, they're everywhere. They're in gaming. I'm like, the industries they're in financial services, gaming, retail, manufacturing, and healthcare. You're talking about a massive corporation. These are one of the companies that are under the other part of the internet.
Data. I don't think they're necessarily in it, but I think they just handed the data of these particular
they do segments, but they operate within the other 80% of the internet that y'all don't know about. Because we say, I love the internet. We only use 20% of the internet. They operate in the lower, above the internet and the below internet. They call it we're in the lit web, and you have the dark web. That's where they operate in, because a lot of data moves in the dark web, not in the lit web.
I don't know. So. These are look, I'm all for people, but I'm also for my black brothers and sisters. I mean,
there's black companies doing the same thing.
But it's not on that level.
It is. We never heard of this.
I never heard of it either.
It's a lot of hidden black companies out there.
You're talking about Facebook. Who owns Facebook? You're talking about Amazon. We're talking about this guy here. What else is out there?
Bezos, this guy here. Bezos.
Come on now.
But we're there. It's just the problem is we sort of stay under the radar because our culture be like, hey,
multi-millionaires that we don't know about.
Let me help y'all out. In the black culture, the reason we don't hear about a lot of them because too many people come knocking on the door. Man, you supposed to help the black race. Let's go to the next topic. Let's go to the next topic because it's news. And I'm going to finish that in the is news because there are black news people who own news platforms. And the number one thing they always complain about is what non-black people are not doing to help the community. And then they focus so much on what's happening. But like we just said earlier, you're focusing on what's happening nationally. But the news is not telling you everything. So is the news? No. The news is infotainment. Infotainment is they have to push it to you in a form of entertainment to keep you engaged. When I consult with clients, I tell them we have 15 seconds to grab your attention.
Yep.
If I don't get your attention in 15 seconds, either to open, that's why our open moves fast because I got 15 seconds, but I can't hold on to it. It's like somebody that's why your news shows no longer have, back when we were growing up, you had Channel 7 Action News. You had the whole open. It was like 30 seconds. Now these opens are like really quick because the attention span is so short. Mm-hmm. So I got 15 seconds to hook you. Mm-hmm. And that's what the news is doing. They're hooking you in those 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. So the first 15 seconds, the news today, they hit you with the hard news. They got you. They're going to do the reports. And then it's like, just when you're like, okay, I'm going to turn it. Oh, they hit me again with another story. Mm-hmm. It's all about grabbing you. And at the end of the day, it's about money. Mm-hmm. It's not about informing you. It's about money. I've been in the business for that long. Let's say well over 30 years, almost 40. It feels like maybe 40. I'm getting close to 40 years in the communications business. Yes, I'm only 55. I've been in it since a teenager. There's so much I've learned in my career in media. Everything is based on money, how much, just like Colbert just got, his show got canceled. People are going ballistic. At the end of the day, if your viewership is low, they're not making, they can't sell ad spots for the amount of money they need to sell to make the payroll. Your show is based on advertisers. Back when television first started, that's why you had the old, if you look at old shows, the show is brought to you by Marlboro. It's brought to you by cigarette companies sponsored a lot of the shows back in the day. And guess who had to say what happened in those shows back in the day? The cigarette company. So we still had that mindset today. People feel we're going after your advertisers. They don't have that juice like they used to have.
I have, speaking of advertisers, I do Angie's Drama Room. I'm on YouTube at Angie's Reign, so Angie's Drama Room. And I do Asian and Asian dramas reviews. And there are especially Korean dramas, they do product placement ads. Literally, they actually do an ad inside. It's more than just sitting a Coke bottle on top of no, they actually will point to the bottle and oh, this is good. Oh, this is great. And they actually will do stuff, or they do makeup. And the female lead would start using the makeup, putting it on,
make sure that the brand is
in a certain way so she can cover it. But that's how they get paid. That's how they pay for each one of these episodes. They get money for each one of these episodes, and that's how it is. They get the dollars in the company, and so they have to pay these actors, actresses, and production team, and all of this. And they have to do the product. They do product placements, and it's just like most of the time it does get irritating. But
I have a coffee mug collection. In fact, I added one to my set. However, I have another one that's from a store. Well, guess what? They're not paying, so they're not sitting on the set. They're on the set, but they're not camera. Like they're on the ground somewhere, but they're not visible. It's because say we had XYZ Hardware sponsoring us, we will make sure we have their somewhere on our set, XYZ Hardware.
Right.
Their product will be there. We'll make sure, and then if we had to drink water, we'll drink from one of their mugs, because that's how we're advertising.
Or, I mean, technically, the way it works really is just basically what he did in the beginning of our show here, sponsors, and just talks about the sponsoring. Right. This today's broadcast is sponsored you by blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but when it comes to the news, we got a few minutes left to finish. When it comes to the news today is all about how fast I can get you, how much I can scare you, how much I can malinform you. Yes, is that they don't give you the whole story because everything moves like this. We can no longer spend a lot of time talking news because we used to do the news. We had a news. I used to be on air news co-anchor in our city. So I used to do the news. So I have some experience in my years being in front of the camera, reporting the news. And even then we had to move it fast, but we still informed people better than that was done today. Today's news is all about, and also the way we dressed in the news back in the day is different. Now the news, we all dress casual. I'm guilty of it too. So you're not wearing shirt and ties out here covering the news. First of all, in the summer it's too hot. However, the news has become more of a entertainment. Fox, CNN, MSNBC. They had news in there, but they're not news.
And it's no longer investigative reporting. I remember years ago, I can't remember, some war's been breaking out, and they used to have reporters there. Now, that was when was it Williams? His last name, when he just got fired because he found out that he wasn't even there. So NBC. Yeah, I don't know what network it is, but
NBC News. Yeah, he was behind the green screen. Right, and, he wasn't really there.
Right. So, but they used to have people actually on site. We used to have correspondents who used to go out to these places and actually would go to war zones and tell you what's going on and how things are going. Right, I don't either. But that's what it used to be, investigative reporting. But now, when you go to press conference, what's going on, they don't tell you nothing. They just want to blindside you, and they don't want to say nothing and try to twist what's been going on. So
I know we're in final remarks, but we're gonna finish the news thing real quick. The news basically tells you what they want you to know to get you upset about situations. Right. They don't tell you the whole story. You literally have to now go online and find, there's services, I'm not mentioning, that actually aggregates all the news. They do the news based on what one side is saying, the middle, and what the other side is saying. So you can read from all three perspectives. So actually four, I think they have independent there. Like I said, I'm not mentioning their name because we're not earning any green from them. So if y'all know who you are, if y'all on there, we'll gladly tell people how to get y'all. But it's a good service. It tells you, so if you want to say, President Trump is, and that's another thing. Y'all getting upset, oh, Trump is dying. Guess what? We're dying every single day. Pray for the man, please. It's just like everybody on both sides, the MAGA side, the Democratic Socialist side, the Democratic side. Everybody, let's just stop fighting. Let's just pray for each other and keep it moving. And speaking about that, since we're in our final remarks, join us on Prayer Guard every Monday at 7.
I think we should keep forgetting the graphics.
Well, the graphics spell wrong, but I'll find, you can talk about it.
We are on the Prayer Guard every Monday at 7 p.m. You can see me and myself and my husband. It's not the Garrison House podcast. However, we are on there on the Prayer Guard. It's on 24 hours. So if you don't want to come in on 7, anytime within that 24-hour span from 6 p.m. Monday to 6 p.m. on Tuesday, you can come on to our Prayer Guard. Yeah,
we've been having a lot of people who reach out to us. They don't know we do this. And we've been a blessing to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been a blessing to me too, because I'm like, people come to me and saying how much they were touched and how much they were really loved, enjoyed this program. I'm like, wow.
Y'all, she can pray though. Sometimes the last
I may not know the scriptures. I'm not a theologian, but I can pray.
and one time she wouldn't even let me get a word in edgewise. She was teaching like, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting a word in on this one today. I'm sorry. I said I'm just here to support her. I ain't got a word. I
always have you. I stop, and then if you don't say nothing, I just keep going.
Yeah, well, we have fun with it. It's a nice experience. Ministry is good to minister to people, and they get to see this. They sort of experience how we work together, and people just say, "We just love you." We appreciate that. We're humbled by it. We don't carry the big heads. You can see us and say, "Hey," you can talk to us, because some people are afraid to talk to people they see on TV
before I even started the Prayer Guard, people wouldn't have come up to me. But when I started it, I've been getting people come up to me and just thanking me. Hi, Angela. I'm like, hi, So people, they think I'm unapproachable. All right, I think I'm unapproachable, I'm shy. And it's a little weird for me though when people started coming up to me, but I appreciate it, and it's just encouraging me and myself and my husband that we were actually helping people, and they saying how much they enjoyed it. And I had one sister, I don't know if I call her sister, but one of the ladies at our church, which we call our pastor's wife, came up to me, and she said how much I prayed for her, and she was excited about that. So
yeah, it was good. But anyway, we'd like to thank you. And coming soon, those of you who are watching Kashmir and BTV, City Detroit, we're getting ready to go over the air again with BTV and Kashmir on channel 28, one of the dot channels. But anyway, I'm Darnell.
I'm Angela.
And thank you for watching Garrison House. We will see you next week. See ya.